I'm just serious business. There is a time for everything, and for everything there is a season. So man and man must reason. So I think it's prime time that we address some more issues. Simple information I will use. No rocket science to get you confused. So relax your mind, make sure everything is fine, while I take you down a poetic line. Trick us with campaign promises, we won't stay at ease. That's the way it is. We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain, but you now refrain. You now refrain. I remember you say Liberation Day, and I ask, you sure is that you wanna say? Cause it sounded so good to believe. And deception is a powerful thing when you lose your rightful thinking. So we voted for the bling. But you trick us with campaign promises, we won't stay at ease. That's the way it is. We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain, but you now refrain. You now refrain. Yellow, yellow all the way is what everybody say. Cell phone ring, man answering. Yellow, yellow, no hello. Teeth get yellow, house get yellow, bus get yellow, man get yellow, even green get yellow, and so says 11-4. When you trick us with campaign promises, we won't stay at ease. That's the way it is. We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain, but you now refrain. You now refrain. Old school parables say you know what you have, but you don't know what you go get. So cherish what you have to diminish regret. But what on earth lasts forever? Not even things created by the great Jehovah. So the green grass ceased to grow to allow the yellow vibes to flow. But boy, one song I sing, one bell I ring. If we didn't know, we never know yellow would have treat us so. When you trick us with campaign promises, we won't stay at ease. That's the way it is. We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain, but you now refrain. You now refrain. They began with the blame game, giving NNP more fame. Past administration, the cause of frustration. Past administration, chief of corruption. Then to economic recession, we can't give you attention. Economic recession, the cause of poverty in the land. Economic recession, no employment for the ordinary man. When you trick us with campaign promises, we won't stay at ease. That's the way it is. We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain, but you now refrain. You now refrain. All your projects are stuck in a pipeline, but when asked, how is the country going? Oh, fine. We are looking into it. Never mind. Only projects in pipeline. No water to cool down the yellow temperature. When will they start? Please answer that. Oh, soon. Maybe by the next full moon. Although things are turning at a very slow pace, we now run the race. 5 years is a lot of space. It's just a few hungry people in a place, and a few disgruntled green people with their vexed face. When you trick us with campaign promises, we won't stay at ease. That's the way it is. We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain, but you now refrain. You now refrain. Busy governing, busy managing, busy politicking, busy neglecting, busy inflicting poverty and hunger throughout Grenada. 1,000 Frenchmen can never be wrong, but you hold your yellow conviction strong. So why not send them advisors home? They're sucking money like water in foam. And rehire the Imanis, less stress on the economy. You and Manchester hold up the country. You didn't see us down by the Bury when they send SSU to beat we. You trick us with campaign promises, we won't stay at ease. That's the way it is. We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain, but you now refrain. You now refrain. So we've heard about your internal division, but some can't digest that one. Remember the man say he's an asset to the party? And will we vote you without him? You left him with Glenn alone. Maybe they cloned. And however, I foresee a pretensive unity that will mislead a lot just before the next ballot. But you guys will have to come real good, cause it's a long time Grenada ain't eat a food. You think politicians would trick us with campaign promises? We won't stay at ease. That's the way it is. We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain, but you now refrain. You now refrain. You remember in politicians sometimes form a crooked batch. After they get the vote, they now sing one note. But here comes Fort Judy and Nancy Payne with $1 million house and brand new car on the scene, while our hungry bellies still grumbling. When you trick us with campaign promises, we won't stay at ease. That's the way it is. We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain, but you now refrain. So yellow people say, next election not me stain that finger, cause after we say enough from Jonah, here comes still with more pressure and hunger. And from the mouth of Grenada, only one thing I utter: the Congress neglect us, the Congress fail us. And I could never understand the distribution of the wealth. So drink your bush home if you want good health. And for real, we appreciate the free barrel, but they only come in December. So what we do from January to November? Suck salt and drink now as water. When you trick us with campaign promises, we won't stay at ease. That's the way it is. We've waited in vain, hoping you'll ease the strain, but you now refrain. You now refrain. By the way, what will be your theme for the next campaign? It can never be about change again. And in what language are you going to tell people to vote for NDC? In Japanese or Chinese? You better wrap up $1,000 in yellow jerseys for we, or give us everything free as in the days of NNP, or else funeral for NDC. Whatever, Grenada still belongs to we. Although enough things affect us negatively, we are still blessed by the Almighty. This poem may not be liked by you, but I know you will like this poem, for this poem is a problematic poem.
Good night to Grenada, Carriacou, and Pity Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name is Sheldon Scott. I'm here with you until the 10 o'clock hour. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Talking Points is on.
I know what is going on.
We're live on We Noise Radio 94.9 out there in Brooklyn.
I'm in Tory long. I know what is going on. They had their thing well planned to give the shanty man. So they leave out them bad man. They know they're going to take the ground. Up the Paris sets. So they make a big man wet. They say that we...
Saying a special good night to all of you joining us via the YouTube.
What to them?
All of you joining us via the Facebook. Folks, we want to remind you to like and share. Yeah, this is the point in time for you to like and share. Yeah.
He disrespect me because I asked him for my money. Then he went up in the ministry when he was in charge of culture. And he gave them strict instruction. Don't give me no for Carifta. Somebody tell Mr. Study for me. Carifta weekend, well, I made the most money. Because when I roll up to me, nice clean Toyota. I drop people all over. I collect US dollar. But I never made Bobby roll on the back with car. Hey, somebody tell this banger wrong. I mistake he make to put young song. I'm in Tory long. I know what is going on. I want him to explain to the people how he got his driver's license. I'm in Tory long. I know what is going on. You take them people land and try to be Lobostan. Then you walking wrong like you with some big badge and when Puzzle Bully barricade.
Well, I haven't even opened the phone line yet, but somebody calling. Let's see. Yeah, we putting them on air. Hello, good night.
Hi, good night. Sheldon.
Ziggy!
Ziggy in the building, man.
What's up, bro?
No one go on.
Yeah, man. Go right ahead, bro.
All right. So right now, I'm in Carriacou at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I did some videos. Everybody could see that Ziggy is not lying. So when I was doing my videos all the time, my Facebook live, everybody could know that I was talking the truth. Nothing not going on in Carriacou. Right now, the nice in the back of me right now it's a generator that recognized because without no electricity, Grenlec is not doing no great job in Carriacou at the moment. They're connecting who they want to connect electricity to. That is number one. And Grenlec have to stop at that. They need to solve everybody on the island because everybody is human being and everybody needs a little bit of comfort. It's not just a rich man that needs a little comfort. The poor people them need a little comfort. Who are the little farm, who are the little thing that blow like the AC, they need it in the house. So I just call Oli around. I call Oli today to get my voice to get out there so the people in the diaspora could understand what's really going on here. I know plenty of them look at my videos and they know what I want. So I just want to tell you what's really going on in Carriacou. So when you hear plenty of them talking, they don't know what's going on here. So let me tell you, Andy Williams coming to Carriacou and showing people what he wants to show them. If you go to my videos, if you go watch my lives I do today, then they're going to understand. The people in Carriacou is crying, Sheldon. The people in Carriacou is bawling. Everybody, when they see me today, they were like, oh God, it took so long to come. They were like, where was Ziggy? People cry, people hold on to me, they cry. The people is bawling. Some of them don't want to come on the live, some of them want to talk. They just put their head on my shoulder and just cry. Come on, why are they doing the people them that in Carriacou? How much people in Carriacou could build a house back? Mr. Scott, I've been honest with you. If you look at the videos, anybody see doing the house, anybody see doing the roof, it's people who have people in foreign to send them a little money and they could buy the material and do the roof. You understand? Don't bother with them when they say, oh, Carriacou is 75% up and running. It's a lie. This NDC government is a fraud. They're fake. They're not good. They're not good. People is crying, people is bawling, and they're not helping the people. And listen to the next thing what they're doing. I talked to a couple of people on the island. Then, you see, I tell them, if they're not doing it on the live, I don't have to show them up, but just song out of voice so people could hear that all the way crying out. They say some of them say they're afraid. The people afraid to talk. The NDC government bullying the people on this island. NDC government bullying the Carriacou people them. And I'm going to Pitty-Matnick. I'm still in Carriacou. I go to Pitty-Matnick tomorrow and listen to the fisherman, listen to the people who live on the island in Pitty-Matnick tomorrow. That's why I don't come back to Grenada. I cancel my flight. I know you got some money. I'm going to pay for it. And I'm going to be back down. Don't worry.
But let me ask something, because while all of this is taking place in Carriacou, I would say this though, in nearby Union Island and Mairu and so on, Nemo, that's the emergency, their version of NADMA, Nemo, over in St. Vincent, has a program now where they're actually lending tools to contractors and people who want to build back their place. So they're lending you tools free of cost, lender, not rent. They're lending you the tools, the saw, the whatever you need. They're lending you tools for anything between 1 and 6 days for you to do what work needs to be done. That's how much they are interested. So that is taking place there. They've already done over 500 houses.
Yes.
What is taking place in Carriacou now? How much houses they complete in Carriacou? Since
Honorable
Andy Williams say that they're doing more than people over in St. Vincent.
My brother, Mr. Scott, Ziggy, a man, I don't lie. I want to come on a program and call and start trust. I'm in Carriacou at the moment. I was born kayak. I wouldn't come to Grenada for shelter, but I live in Carriacou. And I drive around Carriacou before much was dead. So certain place people couldn't hear or see anything. But I could tell you, no houses get done by the government in Carriacou. It's private owners who doing the work here. Private owners who spending the money out of the pocket and fight and put on the roof. Government not doing nothing on this little island here. And what? Let me be honest with you again. When I go to Dover Government School, I want to do a video and send it for you direct. So you could play it on the channel so the people in the diaspora, they could understand, because them who they outside there and thinking, yeah, and attacking the truth and things gonna happen. It's not so. It's not so. Let me tell you what happened because I did right here, right now. Nothing like that not going on. They're using the Dover Government School is a place where they're packing all the old galloniers, all the old fridge, all the old TV, garbage are packing up in that school area. And you could go on my live, you could go on my site or my Facebook, and you're going to see it. I'm not lying for you. This government is a fraud, they're lying. And I know right now they hate me. And I don't care because I hate them the same way they hate me. They don't love nobody. This NEC government, they don't have no love for nobody. I go to Belmont, I go to Bellevue South, I go to Bel Air, I go to Mount Pleasant, I go to, just name the whole place. Everybody crying. The people bawling. Oh God, what are they going to do? Listen, Mr. Scott, the small business owners in Carriacou and Petit Martinique, they're bawling. Yeah, some people had a little business, they just started and everything go down flat on the ground. No help from them, and the people in Petit Martinique bawling. They're crying, they're asking me to come. Why do you think I stay back in Carriacou just to go to Petit Martinique? My journey was just to come for the day and go back. But the people want to see me, and the people in Petit Martinique want to talk to me, not for just for 2 minutes. So I'm going to be in Petit Martinique in the morning, talking to everybody in Petit Martinique. I have my crew in Petit Martinique, and I know plenty of people in Petit Martinique. So I want the whole world to see how nasty NDC is. This government, they don't care about nobody. They don't care about themselves. My brother, NDC government, them is a fraud, they're fake, and they're not real. They're not real. They're not real. Them is fake people. Dicky Mitchell, attack better Dicky Mitchell. Attack better with them. I come up with a whole part of them on the plane this morning. A whole part of them come up on the plane this morning. How much government worker come up on the plane? I was 6 of them on the plane with me this morning. And what they come and do, just drive along and watch and talking the same thing over and over and over. And the people and them seeing trouble here. People sleeping under tarpaulin. People sleeping under the house, under the step. People sleep close to the dog.
Let me ask you something. What is the feedback you got from some of the people with the rain event that we had earlier this week? I know I was seeing some messages out of Petit Martinique or some people that there was getting some serious wet. I heard some out of Carriacou. What were you hearing as you're there now?
All right. I got so much message from people from Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Petit Martinique people was like, this is the worst and they can't take it anymore. The people in Petit Martinique, I talked to about 7 of them today in Carriacou, and they say, Ziggy, we cannot take it anymore. All what they want is a roof over their head. They don't care about building bigger, better, and stronger. They care about a roof over their head so they could cook, they could eat, they could feed their children, they could bathe. People have to be bathing in bucket. We had to wait till on the 18th of September for them to come and do some kind of ranching to build some house, a 2x4 house. Any dragon cat could build a 2x4 house. Mr. Scott, if you watch them houses on them, most of them houses on them in Carriacou, some of them wild houses on them is the roof gone. The roof gone. So I wanted to do, put back the roof or help them. I want to do what that assistance. People don't want your money. NDC government, we don't want all the money. We want assistance to put back the roof. Some people want assistance to build back the house from start. Yeah? Let me tell you something again what they don't know. The amount of people who building putting back their roof in Carriacou is people who have their own money in their pocket. How much people in Carriacou have money in their own pocket to put back the roof? How much people in Carriacou have money in their pocket to put back the roof on the house? That's what the other thing I talk about. Kevin and them too wicked. Mr. Andrew, Kevin Andrew is a wicked man. And the Almighty don't like them kind of thing there. And the water what you go to church on a Sunday morning and pray, go and praise God. But this Bible have to burn in your hand, boy. He's a wicked man. And I'm glad I stay in Carriacou, I overnight in Carriacou. I mean, to tell you the truth, the night in the background of the generator. Mosquito biting you for so, yeah. Mosquito biting you for so. The environment in Carriacou is not nice at all. Don't bother with them when they come in. They come up and spend one day and they come back down. Okay, okay, the people nice. The people are nice. You have to go in the inside road. I went inside in some road we call the Brunswick. In Brunswick, they call along the shanty town. That's where more poor people living inside. They build up a little shack, or a little shop, little bar. A young lady said to me on my live, I could come my live, I could repeat what she said on my live. She said, listen, the minister has come and play domino. The minister telling and you, let's go down in the mangroves and play domino. She said, after the hurricane, the minister never come there and see them. She said, just the other day, the minister come and tell them they have to go. He showed them, he used the hand, and he said, you see, from that house to that house there, anybody behind it, they have to go. They can't stay there.
So let me ask something. How come the minister get quiet so all of a sudden? He ain't doing no live again. Well, he stopped doing live.
No, because Ziggy shutting him up because he lying too much. He cannot come. I've been honest with you, Mr. Scott. You know what they did today? Let me tell you what they did today. Yesterday, I did a live about the farmers in Carriacou. The farmers in Carriacou, the government promised them since after the hurricane, it's going to give them $9,000. Then get a cent from the government. Up to now, the field that was coming to Carriacou, telling them they go and they post up on social media that them giving the field. But guess who was doing the field? The field come from SGU. Dr. Wayne Sylvester, he invests in that to send the field come to Carriacou. He was in NDC. Dr. Wayne Sylvester, he was in it to put the field to come to Carriacou. And since I did that video yesterday, they come and they have a big meeting today in Carriacou. And guess what the meeting is all about? I didn't get to go to the meeting. They are meeting for the fishermen and for the farmers today. And guess what happened? All them big fishermen, all them big farmers walk out of the meeting. Why? Because people trash and they know the government out of the meeting. It's some people from England or whatever, what they want to know what they could do, our plans. Why you come and attack the people on plans now? Why you want to come and attack our plans now? No, not attack our plans, and the people in the diaspora and the people out there, they need to know what's going on here. I want them to stop saying that we're lying, we're talking the truth. And I want to come back home to do that. And if I didn't come here, they won't believe. And I don't fear them, Mr. Scott. I don't care. I don't fear them. Some of them saying, okay, Mitchell pay me. Some saying, this one pay me. No one of the ministers of the NMP pay me to come and do what I do in here. I do this with my willing mind and my heart. I'm doing this for my people on the island of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Because the people, them, they love me. Everybody look up to me as a king. I as a king in my home. As a king, I'm boasting, I could tell you that. Anyway, I work in Carriacou, anyway I work, as I come over the plane today, everybody was, hey, Ziggy, 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 Ziggy. Everybody was, hey, the bus come, the bus. Everybody, people who don't know me. So I don't bother with them. I'm the boss. And I'm fighting for the people on the island of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. And who don't like it, I don't care about them. You don't like me, I don't care. This government not ready yet. You play the contractor. Listen, let me tell you the next story. I died in what I call Oli because I want to talk for long. You're a contractor on this island here.
But again, I tell you, I give you 5 more minutes, but go ahead.
5 more minutes, okay. Sky Construction on the island. You have Lando Construction. You have Bull. Just name some construction. There are a couple construction guys on the island. You want to try to tell me that them don't know how to build a 2x4 house? You want to tell me, and you have to go in Africa and Japan and France to find men to come here to build house? Tell me how to jump the plane to come to Grenada to see plan of house? Or tell me now what house? Tell me how to build house? Tell me how to go to school to learn to be an architect? You never learn to be a plumber? You never learn to be anything into construction? No. And either. So why not get a man and be working in the streets and people's house? We have money. The money is there. The Kevin still said $118 million is not enough money to fix Carriacou. But which school Kevin go to? Kevin go to school on Saturday and Sunday. They go to school Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Something I was telling them, my brother.
You see, they also have to understand it is not just what you do, it is how you do
how
it.
You do.
That is just as important as what you do. Yeah?
What?
So
I like that, my brother.
They could feel that that money cannot reach anywhere with Carriacou. But if you have a proper strategy, plan, and you understand what you're doing, that money could reach a far way for the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique.
You see, It's only what I'm going to say with no apologies. I'm going to say it. I know they're going to hate me. Only that a kid alone know how to work money like that. Them man don't know how to work the kind of money like that.
Let me
them
ask
man
you.
No strategy.
Let me ask you something here. The fishermen in Carriacou, well, they're going to Petit Martinique tomorrow, so it might be kind of unfair to ask it today. But for the fishermen in Carriacou, have they been approached? What is the process? Are they receiving funding from government to get back out to sea? Because I think if you have one of the major things that you could reboot, you could start in Carriacou for the economy in Carriacou right now. You can't study tourism and you can't study hotel and guest house. But fishing is something you could start up nearly immediately. What assistance has been given so far to the fishermen? I know I was down in Dover and different places down on that side. And I saw what happened with the fishermen, the windward side. And I saw what happened with the fishermen and so down there. Some of the boats, big hole, boat that's supposed to be in the water, you see far on land. Some sink. You see all sorts of things out there. Some guys, they lose their house, but they had a boat. I
will be honest with you. Let me tell you what's going on with them. Nothing not going on with them right now. Play to them, if the boat not mash, the engine damage. If the boat not mash, the engine damage, and then they're not getting no assistance from this government. This government tell them if they take their bank account number, they take everything, and no progress going on. There is no progress going on for the fishermen on this island. That's why you see they send for boat in Grenada to come to Carriacou to go and dive Cavanagh. But what is sense to getting boat from Grenada to come and dive Cavanagh, and the people on this island have houses, they have a roof, they have nothing to stay in. So instead for you to help them to make the money and pay them the same money you pay the man from Grenada to come up here and dive the Cavanagh so they could put a roof over the head. No, you're not helping them. You're fighting them down. This government is a fighting team. That's why Ziggy going to always call them the bullying team because they're not right. They're not ready yet. This bullying team is serious. And Ken Jones is a nasty guy.
So certain thing you have to be careful with because you're going to put me in trouble. I don't know nothing about.
All right, nice. No. When I say bullying, bullying is a bullying surname, like rain bullying, light bullying.
Oh, okay, that's what you're talking about, right? The bullying family, all right, okay.
Yeah, the bullying family, yeah.
Right,
so I want to name them the bullying family.
All right.
Them is the bullying family, like them is a big bully. That's what I mean.
Just want to be careful. All right.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, but they overdoing it. I don't like them. They have to stop it, Mr. Scott. What's tomorrow, please, God? Me personally, I'm gonna send you some videos with certain things on a program tomorrow. I want to go highlight it and let them see.
But you lose my WhatsApp?
No, I'm gonna send him a number. I'll send him a number. Say Ziggy, and you will send me. Yeah, and then I'm gonna send you them. I will do that video especially just for you, for you to see. I'm gonna go Petit Matic tomorrow. I want to man his friend on Facebook.
Yes. I got a message from you last night. Yeah.
Nice. But accept it, and you're gonna see because I'm gonna be doing a live in Petit Matic. And for today in Carriacou, I just want to tell the people in Carriacou, I'm very sorry. I forgot my charger fall out on the airport, so I didn't get to charge my phone on right. So I'm gonna do my video for the whole day. I'll let me charge at home and on the airport. So tomorrow, please God, it's gonna be a little bit better. So I will have everything set. I'm a driver. The driver drink a little bit too much, so you get carried away. So I want to cut it. But tomorrow, please God, I'm going to be covering everything. I'm going to expose them and how to make them know the nasty they're doing here. And the people fed up. People fed up.
Ziggy.
This is not about blast and
we got to wrap.
Pardon me?
We got to wrap, brother. I've got to move on to the rest of the program.
Yeah, we got to go.
All right,
anyhow, have a good night. I want to pick up all my friends them in Grenada.
Just before
good night,
you go.
Miss B. Tell Miss B I say good night. I was down there. I didn't get time to pass my sheet, but next time I'm going to pass my sheet tomorrow. Not tomorrow, on Sunday. I'm going to see her. And big up the whole friend, the whole Grenada party. Big up to the max. Ziggy there. I love all. Bye-bye.
All right, sir. You enjoy the rest of your night.
Mr. Scott,
yes,
I'm going to message you later.
Message. All right. Good. Thanks.
All right. Good. Yeah.
Folks, that's our good friend Ziggy keeping us updated with what is going on in Carriacou. And tomorrow he's going to give us some information about what is going on up in Petit Martinique as well. And folks, just I want to remind you all of tomorrow's activity. Yes, tomorrow's activity. Let me just pull it up while I talk about it so that you all will know exactly what I am referring to. And that is the zonal meeting of the new National Party. And that's taking place tomorrow, Thursday, the 12th day of September 2024. And it starts at 6:30 p.m. at the Beaujeu Community Center. The speakers will be Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, Honorable Peter David, Mr. Dwight Hosford, and Mr. Nimrod Oliver. And they'll be speaking on various thematic areas. So looking forward to that one. All right. So those of you that can make it, make sure you make it. Yeah. So those of you up in the area who can make it, make sure that you make it up there and you're going out to that meeting. Yeah, you have to make sure you're going out to that meeting. And then, folks, remember the NNP Women's Arm. They've got that forum that's going to be taking place this Sunday. So that's the NNP Women's Arm. They've got the forum taking place this Sunday, the 15th of September at the St. John Anglican School, starting at 2:30 p.m. The special guest would be Senator, the Honorable Dr. Angelina Firapolius. And that's of the United Workers' Party or sister party out there in St. Lucia. I think somebody's trying to reach me there. Let me see. Yeah, I think somebody's trying to reach me. Give the calls the priority tonight. Hello, good night.
Listen, I appreciate you giving the calls the priority, but I'm not calling for that type of contribution. Your phone line, because I'm trying to message you, but for some reason, my WhatsApp message is not going through. At the end of the phone. When you talk and the music, everything clear, but the phone is really distorted. The calls coming in very, very distorted.
Strange enough, I'm not hearing the distortion on my end, which I find strange. I would have usually hear it inside here. But the other thing is this.
I listen on the radio, I listen on the computer, I listen on the phone, and it's distorted bad.
No, but
talk to me.
Let me say that too. There is a problem with internet service on the island.
Oh,
I recognize
okay.
Since because I realized, like, for instance, last night I was speaking on WhatsApp to Mr. Nimrod Oliver. Then we had to switch from one WhatsApp to the other WhatsApp.
You had to switch to the landline.
Right.
I remember that.
No, but I had to switch actually between my personal WhatsApp to the studio WhatsApp and then to straight call, and then from his mobile to the house phone. And the reason we had to do that because you're having problems with this, and it's not
the internet.
It's not internal. It's not a problem in here. But most folks would recognize that you're having problems with your WhatsApp calls. You're having problem with your internet service dropping off. So something seems to be taking place with the service provider. I think they're changing over some part of the system. So there is
network.
Yeah, there seems to be a problem.
Boards,
yeah. So but on my end, I'm not picking it up on my end here. Yeah.
People calling and the radio sounding terrible. No, I'm listening. I'm sorting it out.
I am not sure why that is so, because even now I'm hearing you clear. I am hearing a little bit of distortion, background distortion there. And I know that's due to a cable I have to change there for this line, but this is not the same line I was using just now. You understand? So I'll sort that out. Yeah.
All right, my friend.
I'll let the technical people step in on the weekend and do what they have to do.
And do what they have to do.
Yeah, I got it. So I'll let them step in. Okay, brother. All right. But hello. Before you go, man, I had big thing last night. I realized a lot of my listeners, a couple of my listeners, it wasn't on last night. Yeah, man, big debate last night.
Well, in all fairness, I'm listening to you in my one left side of my Bluetooth. I on the phone on YouTube, and then I'm watching on TV. So there was intervals when you were talking about the incident in Sotes. I didn't catch it. So when I'm talking to Watts today, you're crazy. I say, boy, Sheldon mentioned it, and you see, I had to call Nimrod, go call him. But when Trump talking, I'm muting the TV, and I'm listening to you. And then when Trump don't talk, on mute, and I go and listen to Camilla. So, because, listen, man, so, yes, but, man, I was just telling our brethren home, if you think Grenadian politics and Grenadians have I don't want to use the word stupid understanding of politics. But boy, I don't know which word to use to describe it. Americans worse, you know. Brother man, watch me.
I have a friend usually says that, and I always challenge him on that. He said he says certain things that I always challenge him on that one.
I know a family, a Grenadian family, during COVID lose how much people in their family and with all that because of Trump, all the things Trump. And a man go tell me today, I ain't always have voting for Trump. I say, yo.
Oh boy.
Not just he didn't lose just family during COVID. They lose their business because it's only when Biden and them came back in office and they put some money in circulation and things for small business. Kamala keep preaching about small businesses, and they was able to get a grant to open back their restaurant and do. They get a whole refurbished, business because they get the money. They totally refurbish the restaurant, state of the art, everything. He didn't get that during Trump period. Right? 6 members of his family died during COVID. Because them didn't want to take vaccine because even one of them they talking about drinking something Trump and them they talking about. And they say they go, bro, watch me. When this man tell me today all is well and Kamala stood up and she looked cute and thing, but she wasn't presidential. Trump was more presidential and Trump hit all the points in the debate. I was like, oh Jesus Christ.
I tried to listen it when I got home last night and I fell asleep.
It's hard to digest.
No, it's not hard to digest. I understand the arguments on both sides and I understand what both people were trying to do.
Argument.
So I won't say argument. No, I won't say he doesn't have an argument. I tend to listen to these things a bit. No. Listen, when I listen to these things,
okay,
I tend to listen a bit open-minded. Yeah, it's not that I support side A or side B. I tend to listen a little. I think a lot of people.
You have an open mind.
Because there are a lot of people just have a hatred for Trump, and no matter what he says, they're going to listen to him in a certain way. So I try to listen open-minded.
To be honest, this is my approach. I always tell people I don't fly flags to political party. When Trump went in office, I said because people voted for him because of his television presence. They didn't vote for Trump because he was a successful businessman, because everybody don't know Trump failed in every aspect of business. But you see that TV show, You're Fired and everything, that TV presence like Arnold Schwarzenegger in California, I understood why they voted for Trump, right? But when Trump go in office and Trump started to fire all the people who would put him on the right track, that was the it's like you can't be serious. And that man did not debate last night. All he talked about is all the lies and everything that happened and didn't happen from 4 years.
Well, brother. Let me listen later.
Let me talk about that.
And we go talk about that after. We go talk.
A different time.
All right, brother.
Listen. Be more educated. Watch me. Politics is a beautiful thing, and it is imperative to be a part of it because it plays an intriguing role in your life, in your everyday life. All right?
All right, brother.
Do not. All right.
We go talk again.
We talk.
All right, thanks.
I sit down outside in the vehicle because I'm driving and I listen. So
all right.
I would try and message you. I think maybe where I was, my WhatsApp message I wasn't going to, but
okay,
no problem. Listening.
All right.
All right, brother.
Yeah, and I've been having problems with my WhatsApp for the for the last month or so. I've been having some serious problems. And I'm talking about my personal WhatsApp. I've been having problems. People call, the phone is on ring everything. You don't see anything. You just see you miss a call from people. All sorts of weird things. All right. So, folks, we're going to come back to the phone lines in a little while. I want to hold off on the phone lines for a little while. Right? I was reminding you all of the activity for Sunday. That's the NNP Women's Forum at the St. John's Anglican School. So that will be taking place this Sunday from 2:30 p.m. If you're interested, whichever constituency, and you're interested in attending, contact your constituency reps, or if you are not too sure who you have to contact within your constituency, anytime from about 9 a.m. tomorrow, you can call 440-1875 or 1876, the New National Party headquarters. Let them know your constituency, and they would be able to give you information of who you can contact within your constituency to be able to attend. So again, that's the Women's Forum. It's taking place on Sunday. All right, the New National Party Women's Forum. So, ladies, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing all you. I ain't saying I'm going to necessarily be there. I'll try, right? Yeah, you have to come out and support you all. But it's the Ladies Forum. That's going to be taking place this Sunday in St. John at the St. John Anglican School. All right, so asking all of you to come on out and support the women of the New National Party as we celebrate 40 years. Yeah, 40 years of the institution that is the New National Party. Folks, I want to just mention something here to you all. Again, I was taking a look at GBN News just before I left home. I was taking a look at GBN News, and I realized that the Grenlec thing started to get worse. Yeah, because last night I said we need the intervention of the minister or the labor minister. We need intervention, yeah, in relation to this particular issue. So we need some sort of intervention. This morning I went to town. For whatever reason, whatever happened, wherever it happened, there was no electricity in part of town this morning. And there were many people that were trying to do business and could not conduct their business because there was no electricity. Apparently, Grenlec may have a backup team, whatever it is, of people who may not be involved in it at whatever level, I don't know. But eventually the electricity came back. But in the space of time, it was off. Yeah? You had banks, you had different institutions that were not able to transact business. And that's the sort of thing we're talking about. You cannot afford that. It seems as nothing. By electricity being off for 2 or 3 hours, or even an hour in your capital, which is also your financial capital, for it to be off for that period of time, that could end up costing the country millions of dollars. It sounds simple, but just that outage at that point in time, yeah, could cost the country millions of dollars. So let's avoid that sort of thing happening again. Yeah? Some sort of intervention needs to take place. But let's hear what GBN had to say about that. This is on GBN tonight, yeah?
The Grenada Electricity Services Limited, Grenlec, continued their strike action on Wednesday at the Dusty Highway car park as tensions between the company and the Technical and Allied Workers Union, TAWU, intensified. We get an update in this Nisha Paul report.
The union has never refused to be engaged. Yesterday, we indicated that we were waiting a response from the company, and that came. And the matter has been referred to the minister. So we await the intervention of the minister.
President General of TAWU, Andre Lewis, providing an update on the situation on Wednesday. Grenlec workers downed tools on Tuesday in protest of the recent dismissal of 2 long-standing contract employees, one of whom was terminated last Friday. Lewis tells GBN that the company has since threatened to dock workers' salaries if they didn't return to work today.
I don't know if Grenlec management forget that it is Grenlec workers they're dealing with. They indicated that the workers didn't report to work by 3 o'clock. They will dock their pay. Yes, I think they are forgetting that the current government campaigned on the basis that it is illegal to dock workers' pay.
Well, maybe the Grenlec workers don't have to worry. Maybe this administration, similar to what they have done before, will give back the money to the workers. So I would not worry too much. We know that is they have set the trend by doing that. So Yeah.
One will have to beg the question as to whether or not the current management wants to set up obstacles along the path. We are willing and ready always to meet, to speak, but the workers are out as we speak.
The protest follows the workers' decision to strike, expressing frustration over what they consider unfair dismissals by Grenlec. The union leader also responded to criticisms in some quarters that the strike is illegal as the union did not follow proper procedures.
The company knew the concerns that the union and the workers had, but yet still they went ahead and sent the worker home. Isn't it wrong, morally, legally, from a humanitarian point of view, to just get rid of a worker? What had it been you? Had it been the same people that are speaking? And one understand why, something that they would praise Tao for yesterday, today the same set of people, because the circumstances have changed, probably because they are seeing this politically. But for us, we are dealing with bread and butter issues. We cannot thank too much the Grenlec workers for demonstrating that strong solidarity that they are known for.
Shop steward Richard Latouche had this to say to his employer.
What I would say that we stand and we don't intend to give up. Victory must be attained at all costs, and the company must treat its workers with some humanity. This is very, very important. Treat people with respect and dignity. Yeah? Thank you.
The company deemed the strike related to temporary employee concerns as unlawful. It says, and I quote, "The strike action taken by Tao lacks any legal basis under settled law and industrial relations practices, especially in relation to essential services." Negotiations are expected to continue under the oversight of the Ministry of Labour as both sides seek a resolution to the escalating situation. For GBN News, Nisha Paul.
Yeah, folks, so that is the GBN report in relation to the Tao situation. And I'm saying that it is an essential entity. And as such, every measure should be taken to resolve this situation amicably on behalf of all parties. Yeah? Because I could tell you, if it was the new National Party in office, all you would have reached on the road already. Yeah? All you would have already reached on the road. And the road make to walk on Carnival. Yeah, all you would have done reach on the road already. Yeah? So if that is where all you had to take it, and if all you had to start to look for solidarity, well, nobody can. Because you cannot be treating the NDC with a different set of rules to how you treated the new National Party, isn't it? Folks, and we all remember the very same Grenlec workers that wasn't just stand up on the compound there, That was marching in the streets. Yeah? So I'm not saying that you have to go and march in the streets, What I'm saying here is in the same way you treat the last government, let's see some equity. Treat this government in the same way, ain't it? Because for the last 2 years plus, with all kind of things happening to workers, all kind of things happening in this country, the trade union movement had been very silent in relation to these things. You had May Day coming up, and instead of focusing on the administration that is in office right now, you and I know that most of the union leaders, not every one of them, but most of the union leaders, and some of them key noisy supporters, were attacking the NNP as though the NNP was in office or the NNP had them in the problem that they're in right now. So in the same way, because all of a sudden, remember who is the minister with direct responsibility for Grenlec. I don't want you all to lose sight of that. The minister with direct responsibility for the Grenada electricity services, the minister with responsibility for public utilities, is none other than the Prime Minister himself, who also was the legal representative of WRB and Grenlec before government reclaimed the company. So when you're hearing about if all you don't go back to work, we go deduct all your pay and all. Remember, it's the same Deacon Mitchell that was saying to do that is wrong. When it happened under the New National Party, he was most vociferous. He was one of the people that was out there saying that the dock workers' salary is wrong. And that when they get into office, they're going to give back the workers their money. And the workers come, they give back the workers their money. Ain't it? But now the entity that is directly under his watch is about to do the same thing to some workers right now. But we don't hear him. We don't see him. All of a sudden, he's silent in relation to this. It's a department under him. That's the hypocrisy of these individuals, you know. That there's one set of rules and standards to hold the New National Party to. But when it comes to them, there's another set of rules and there are another set of standards that they hold themselves to. So you want to say that it was wrong under the New National Party, but now that you're the minister and you're the person under whom it is being done to workers again, that it is correct? These are the people who campaign. And I'm pretty sure if I had the time tonight, I could have found evidence to show on several occasions him speaking about docking the pay of workers was wrong to do. And not only him, other members who sit in his cabinet as well were making the same statements. But yet still now, you're hearing about that. You're hearing about this thing taking place. And he had nothing to say. He ain't getting involved. But Grenlec workers, all you should remember that was the lawyer that you started to deal with all you before. When all you get all your letter and thing, you see all you had a right to remember who used to give all your letter and so. And who the union you started to fight against in the court. All you had to remember that. Yeah? But no, was a case of NNP wiki, didn't it? But look at the situation now. The shop steward had to be calling on them to have some sort of humanity. To have humanity. Meanwhile, Grenlec, remember again, Grenlec is now a government entity directly under the Prime Minister himself, is saying that the strike itself is illegal. They sent out a release saying that the strike is illegal. Yeah? I wonder who drafted to that. I wonder who the legal representative is now. I doubt it's the Prime Minister still, man. He had to give one of his partners and them that little thing, that blind, you know. So it's not he, man. Yeah? But they are saying that the strike action is unlawful. They're talking about temporary employment and so. And I played for you last night. I don't have to play it tonight again. We heard all that the present Prime Minister and line minister with responsibility for Grenlec, we heard what he had to say in relation to temporary employment. We heard everything that he had to say in relation to that it was wrong, that it was illegal, and that when they come into office, they're going to get rid of that sort of thing. Yet still, now we have Grenlec. Under him, Grenlec, which is under him, they sent out this media release today. This was sent out by them earlier today. And they're speaking of the action as unlawful strike action. Yeah? They're speaking about the background temporary employment and temporary employees and that sort of thing. Yeah? All of this is happening under the watch of the present Prime Minister because this is not under one of his ward's ministry. This is under a ministry directly controlled by him. At least it's supposed to be directly controlled by him, but these days we ain't sorry, sir. But it's supposed to be directly controlled by him. So was one set of stories when the New National Party was in office and they wanted to get into power. But now the stories have changed, isn't it? Now the stories have they've changed. So somebody's telling me now, oh gosh, now all you can't be serious, man. All you can't be serious with what you're telling me there. There's no way that, man. All you had to double check that information there. Because now I'm seeing they're telling me that Mitchell and Company is the lawyer for Grenlec. Man. There's no way that Mitchell and Partners is still, I don't believe in you. I not believe in you. Yeah? All you have to show me proof of that. Folks, Listen, that would beat all cockfight and turkey soup too. Believe me. If the Prime Minister, who is the line minister with responsibility for Grenlec, if his legal firm is representing the company, that will beat all cockfight, that will beat turkey soup. Believe me, yeah, I ain't believing that one. I have to see evidence of that. I ain't see evidence of that one yet. No. You have to show me evidence of that one. Folks, we're going to take your calls, 440-7377. But before we take your calls, I want to play a song there. Yeah. Let me say a very special happy birthday to a good friend of mine, Mr. Selwyn Noel, the Durité. A very special happy birthday to you and to your daughter as well. Yeah, I remember it's both all you. Yeah. Happy birthday to you, Durité. And happy birthday to your daughter.
This carnival time I come out to party. I drinking rum and I drinking whiskey. Plenty people go feel like crazy.
And I had to play this tune because the clips are about to play there.
In the dance all are wailing. Anywhere in this country. In the dance all are whining. Anywhere in this country. Drunk and balling out, boy. Drunk and balling out, boy. Drunk and balling out, boy.
Bim bidim, bim bidim.
Boy.
So folks, I had to play that particular one because I had to play some clips there. I lying to tell all you. Now, I was listening over an interview that was conducted this morning, again on the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Unlike other media entities in Grenada, when I utilize clips, etc., from other news media, we always give credit to the media entity where we obtained said footage. Yeah? Nice. So, this morning, we had the Minister of Finance. He was on to the point program this morning. And he was asked some questions there. And let me just go over one or two of the questions. I ain't going to go over all tonight. But let me just go over one or two of the questions here. Because I tend to find either the minister, he's trying his best at obfuscation. Yeah? I recognize that there is a move by the NDC right now to try to counteract the truth. Yeah? What they're trying to do is not speak the truth, you know. They're trying to counteract the truth. So when you present evidence and state what is real, they come and they try to gaslight you now to make you second guess yourself or believe that what you know for a fact, that you've seen, that you've read, that you've heard, that is not true. Yeah? I mean, it was a poor attempt, you know. But anyhow, let's hear what the minister has to say here on this first one.
I'm going to roll out to this in particular. It speaks of the, maybe you can give an explanation on this. There's been much talk about, if I could say it like VAT, but funds allocated in the supplementary budget to, of course, the Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation. Can you explain to the public why 15 million, of course, was assigned to MIT for housing and not the Ministry of Housing?
Okay. Well, as I said before, that government has various ministries and departments that are assigned to do certain things. Government alone cannot rebuild everything that is expected to be rebuilt out there. So we'd have to depend on the private sector. We have to basically put dedicated measures and procedures in place to deal with some of the expenditures. So take, for example, the same $15 million that you said was assigned to MIT to manage, rebuild the housing stock in St. Patrick's and Max and other areas in Grenada and so on. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. Because MIT is not expected to go out there and put hammers to nail and galvanize and so on to actually build it. What MIT is going to be doing is basically mobilizing the contractors, the other...
But folks, we have both a ministry, we have the Ministry of Infrastructure, which includes physical planning and all those things. And we also have a Ministry of Housing. You have $15 million to deal with housing. Why would you take $15 million that you're supposed to have under a particular ministry and put it under another ministry? It makes no sense. It makes no logical sense. And it just makes no sense. There's no defending that. And the only thing that you can draw from that is that the person who holds the portfolio of housing is so incompetent that you are afraid to put the money there, and you believe that somebody else is more competent, and therefore you're placing the money there because you believe that they would be able to utilize it. But you have the number one, when you're speaking about the Ministry of Housing, you have the people in there with the competency. In other words, they know about where the lands are, different places in Grenada. They could find out. They have ready access to that information. They know who the contractors and so are. They are aware of the capability of the contractors. They have the engineers within the Ministry of Housing, all of that. MIT does not have that. So all the technical people, all the people with the know-how are within the Ministry of Housing. If you need to expand the Ministry of Housing because you believe at its present size it has outgrown the need that you have, that is one thing. But to basically abandon totally the Ministry of Housing and go over to MIT and give them $15 million to do 200 houses, that says a lot about how you perceive the present minister and the cabinet too, because the decision was taken at that level. That shows how much trust or lack thereof the cabinet has in the present Minister of Housing. They have no trust in that individual. None. So they had to take the money and give it to somebody that they believe they have the capability and they believe they have the trust in. It's simple. Take the Ministry of Housing and get them. But instead of doing that, they take it and put it under MIT. But let's hear what the minister has to say.
Construction sector, be it the plumbers, the electricians, the masons, the carpenters, and so on, and to make sure that every house that we assign to a contractor is being done in a particular way, and that we get value for money from that exercise.
But that, again, is the job. Then why do you have a Ministry of Housing? Why do you have a Ministry of Housing if the Ministry of Housing is incompetent and they can't do that? Then why you have a Ministry of Housing? Again, and I'll make the same statement that I made last week and earlier this week again. The failure of the NDC cabinet is the blessing of Andy Williams. The failure of all other ministers. All the other ministers are failures, so he has to be running around trying to do their work. Because they're incompetent. That is the reason you have to take. Just admit that. The rest of ministers are incompetent. And I ain't saying that Andy ain't incompetent too, and I'll come to him in a time in. But the rest of ministers are incompetent. That is why you have to keep running to him.
Because now let me go with one other point, because I've heard it talk about on there that who gave MIT the authority, or where did MIT get the authority to be able to at least get involved in building, and whether or not MIT is a authorized, parliamentary approved ministry.
That is not so. That is a blatant lie. Mr. Dennis Cornwall, don't do that. There is nothing that was done and brought to Parliament to create the Ministry of Implementation, Mobilization, Implementation, and Transformation. Nothing. Yeah, that is a lie. That is the process that is supposed to happen if you're creating a new ministry. That was not done. That is a lie, sir. Don't do that.
And whether or not MIT
in fact, here's what I'll do. I'll challenge you to present to the general public, the Grenadian public, the bill that was brought to Parliament, the act that was brought to Parliament, yeah, to create the Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation, and Transformation. In short, the ministry is not legally constructed. Yeah?
Authorized parliamentary approved ministry? I would say to you yes, because MIT did not come on board.
Let's get that statement again. Yeah, let's just get that statement again.
And whether or not MIT is a authorized parliamentary approved ministry, I would say to you yes, because MIT did not come on board because of burial. MIT was in place since the government came into office and so on. Several budgets has gone to Parliament thus far where allocations were approved for MIT to operate as a ministry. So stop the nonsense out there. MIT is a legitimate ministry, and that should be put to rest.
Yeah. That will not be put to rest, and thanks for raising it now, because MIT is not, and I'll challenge you on that any day. Show me between 2022 and now the act that was brought to Parliament to incorporate, to create the Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation. Show me the act that was brought that did that. It was never and has never been done. That is a blatant lie.
No, keeping it at that spirit, could you just give an explanation in terms of that 50 million assigned to MIT, and of course it indicates that it used to build, let's say, if I could that 15 million is used to build 200 houses. That was indicated in one of the items.
Again, in the explanation that we had in the supplementation along that line item is to talk about rebuilding 200 houses and so on.
Yeah.
We also made a notion that maybe a house could cost about $50,000. But you have to take into consideration other things apart from just saying $50,000 for a house. The terrain in Grenada is all over the place. You have highlands, you have lowlands, you have semi-hilly lands and so on. And some of these things will take much more than what we said as a notional figure for rebuilding a house. So, for example, $50,000 we anticipate would be a notional figure per house.
Right.
But it could lead to maybe $60,000, $70,000 based on the terrain that you're building on. You as a private person and so on, when you have to build a house and so on, if the terrain is abnormal or very hilly, you have to excavate.
Yeah.
How do you get that done?
Now, folks, let me clarify something here, and I will show you the proof of it in a while. In the budgetary allocation of $15 million that we've already proven is $5 million over how much they need, and it's specific to St. Patrick and St. Mark. They said $50,000, and within that $50, not and in addition to the $50,000, they said within that $50,000 that you have equipment costs. Equipment mean the backhoe and them kind of thing to clear the land. They factored all of that into the $50,000. Now he's trying to gaslight you into believing that no, the $50,000 is one thing, and then outside of that we have thing for the land. That is not the case, and I'll prove it in a short while. He is lying to the Grenadian people. They must stop that.
But we may not. So when you have to build a house and so on, if the terrain is abnormal or very hilly, you have to excavate.
Yeah.
How do you get that done?
That's additional cost.
Additional cost. But we may not say that that is going to be added to every house and so on. Some house might be straightforward. You build it on flatlands, the house existed and so on, it maybe need a roof. It may not need the $50,000 either.
All right.
So let us not play with the maths outside here. I know some people want to go the route of, the maths and so on. The maths is down.
Of course the maths ain't mathsing. The maths is not mathsing. Yeah, it's not mathsing. You're the Minister of Finance. You cannot come and lie to the Grenadian people and tell them you're spending $15 million to build 200 houses at $50,000 a house when you know that only gives you $10 million. Come on, the maths ain't mathsing. So wait now, them doing a new type of maths, sir.
Maths outside here. I know some people want to go the route of, the maths and so on. The maths is damn mathsing.
It ain't damn mathsing. You lie. We know we get you vexed when we say that the other night, but you lie.
You need resources to build back the houses. So I want to rest that case also.
Right. No, we ain't resting that case. That case now start, brother. You ain't resting no case here tonight. No. We ain't resting that case. Let me find the allocation here. I'm going to pull up the document for you all. Right? Let me see here. Right. So let me just get that document here for you. And yeah. So I'm getting the document here. And Let's just find that particular section because that is under the MIT ministry. Come on, thing, behave yourself. Right? Yeah, let's just get that under that particular ministry of, no, that's not it there. That's not it. That's IT. And we have something to discuss under that one too. Yeah, because some might say maths in there either. So, okay. Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation, Transformation. All right. And we're speaking here. And this is item 0048564. Right? Hurricane Beryl response. Right? And the amount here is, as you can see, in fact, let me pull it up big for you all. Yeah, I know some people, according to what device you're using, you're having a problem in seeing it. So let me just bring it up big. Right. It has here $15 million. And this is the explanation that has been given to the opposition and that has been given in Parliament. It says reconstruction of approximately 200 homes on mainland Grenada in the parishes of St. Mark and St. Patrick. Full stop. It didn't speak about no other places. There's nothing there about any other places. $50,000 per home. And we check with maths. Because when we say 50,000, 1, 2, 3, right? 50,000 multiplied by 200, we did not get 15 million. We got 10 million. So there's a $5 million extra there that is not being accounted for. Of course, the maths in, damn maths in. So it says 50,000 per home, each home, 50,000 per home. This includes, not excludes, this includes. This includes labor and material and equipment costs if deemed necessary. It didn't say in addition to this 50,000 that you're thinking of labor and material and equipment costs if necessary, if deemed necessary. It said this includes. So who he fooling? The maths not mathsing, and it's that. I don't like to use that terminology. There is no way you can try to convince me that this means that in addition to this, then you're going to add. This said, this includes. And when the opposition talk about it now, you try to make it look to the Grenadian people that, oh, the 15 million is not for houses only in St. Mark. This is specific. This document comes from the Ministry of Finance, people. This is not a document that comes from the opposition. This document comes from the Ministry of Finance. And to clarify even further, due to the passage of Hurricane Beryl, most of the housing stock in the parish of St. Mark and St. Patrick were destroyed. St. Mark, people tell me if that is true. Again, this is from the Ministry of Finance, the ministry that the same individual talking that nonsense this morning, he is the minister in charge of it. Due to the passage of Hurricane Beryl, most of the housing stock in the parish of St. Mark and St. Patrick were destroyed. So they said they go in there and build 200 homes. So they put $15 million to build 200 homes at $50,000 each. And then it had $5 million left over. I know maths was never my strong point in my early days. But the maths not mathsing. A decision was taken in cabinet and the responsibility for the rehabilitation of houses nationally was given to the Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation. They don't have nobody that know about fixing house and things inside MIT. That is the Ministry of Housing. That is where you have the housing officers. That is where the Housing Authority of Grenada is directly attached to the Ministry of Housing. And they have the technical ability and capability to do the job. The Housing Authority of Grenada ain't have no stupid people there, you know, sensible people they are walking inside there. I can tell you that as a fact. And qualified people. I don't know what they do since they start with the Project 500 thing and they start to bring in this one and that one inside there. But when it comes to this, don't try to tell us that we're talking stupidness. We know what we're saying. Watch, I feel that man take a few before he go there, man. I feel he take a few before he go inside there. There's no possible way that he went there on a normal head, man. Nah. Papa. Nah. Folks, the document I am quoting from is directly from the Ministry of Finance. The person speaking this morning who was lying to you is the Minister of Finance. Tell him, I say, in fact, I know you're watching, you lie. Yeah? Straight as it is.
It's only what it is I must see. In the dance all available, anywhere in this country.
So remember his statements?
No, keeping it at that spirit, could you just give an explanation in terms of that 50 million assigned to MIT, and of course it indicates that it used to build, let's say, if I could, that 15 million is used to build 200 houses. That's what's indicated one of the items.
Again, in the explanation that we had in the supplementary along that line item is to talk about rebuilding 200 houses and so on.
Yeah.
We also made a notion that maybe a house could cost about $50,000. But you have to take into consideration other things apart from just saying $50,000 for a house. The terrain in Grenada is all about the place. You have highlands, you have lowlands, you have semi-hilly lands and so on. And some of these things will take much more than what we said as a notional figure for rebuilding a house. So for example, $50,000 we anticipate would be a notional figure for a house.
Right.
But it could lead to maybe $60,000, $70,000 based on the terrain that you're building on. You as a private person and so on, when you have to build a house and so on, if the terrain is abnormal or very hilly, you have...
Just admit $5 million might disappear during you. Just admit that and done. Let me just get to that stage. Just admit a $5 million might disappear in the course of things happening or not happening. Yeah, that is what might happen. I was also listening to him when he was trying, and it was a lot of defense, you know. They're on the defensive right now. So everything is try and defend. Go out and throw that story there, go out and throw that story there. So when I'm listening to him this morning, I realized that he also spoke in relation to the issue of the GDP and borrowing from the GDP. And let's hear what he had to say in relation to that one.
Interesting. Government put money into GDP, and there are persons out there who are saying that this money is put there for the politicians and the ministers to go there and take loans. As far as I know, government has always put monies in GDP, even by the former administration, to build houses for persons who are on contract. You didn't hear those stories and so on, but now you're hearing those stories that they put it in there for people like my colleagues to go and take monies and so on.
Because at least 3 of your colleagues have done so. And a director, at least one director on the board, and that is illegal. But anyway.
That is absolute nonsense, you know. And I think they are using a clause in one of the agreements with the bank and CDB, where it says that money is put in the bank by CDB and so on, not there for people like the politicians to take from it and so on. These are specific programs and rules that they put in there. Yeah. But GDP was basically created to provide small businesses, medium.
So he admit that he know that, and he's saying politicians. It is not politicians. It is specific to MPs. For instance, I am a politician. I could go to the GDB and there is nothing in the law that stops me from being able to access a loan there. I wouldn't get through the board of directors they have now, but nothing stops me from approaching the GDB and receiving a loan from the GDB. Let me see. There are many other people who are politicians right now. Yeah? Politicians are the wider descriptive term for the people who are involved in the politics of the country. The act is specific to representatives, people who are part of parliament. Yeah? But anyway, let's just hear the rest of what he had to say on this one.
Funding, to be sure that they can carry on their business. It has not said anything about government officials cannot borrow money from the GDP.
So you're saying that I've heard the story been going around myself. So you're saying in the laws or the clause within the GDP, there's nothing that says that a government minister cannot purchase or get a loan from GDP.
Right. But with the arrangement with CDB, which is a major funder of GDP, there is a clause in the agreement which talks about, how do you deal with politicians and their families and ministers and those things. But
again, not politicians, and we will show you in a short while because we back up what we say here with fact.
Is not the general rule of GDP.
Okay. Yeah, that is what we are going to show you right now. Yeah, so let me just pull that up for you. Yeah, so it does not speak to politicians. Yeah, let me see, where is it here? Nice. So, right, and we have here the regulations, and in fact, let me pull that up big for you, and we're going to put that across. All right, these regulations may be cited as the Grenada Agricultural Bank. That is what the CDB was called before, right? And it speaks directly to, on Section 5 here, prohibition relating to subloans. The bank shall not make provisions, right, to a director, and we've heard a director openly admit that they have received a loan from the bank, to a member of the legislature of the state of Grenada. In short, a member of the legislature is a MP, a member of parliament, a person who ran for election, they won their seat, and they are in parliament. Another member of parliament would be a senator, a person who has been appointed as a senator to serve in the upper house. They are a member of parliament. You might even want to stretch it, and the possibility is there that you could stretch it and speak about the clerk and so being members of the parliament too, but that's a stretch. The clerk and so. But you could even stretch it and say that. But the law is clear. So they cannot get, or any company controlled by such director or member of the legislature, or to close relatives of any such director or member of the legislature, the law is clear in relation to it. It is clear. Neither a director, a member of the legislature, so a member of the upper house, all the senators, a member of the lower house, all the people who ran and they won their seat, none of them are legally able to obtain a loan from the bank. They cannot. It is simple to understand. So why? I mean, the same way that I could find this and read it, it's the same way he could find it and read it, The same way any of you can go online and you could go on laws.gov.gd and you can find the laws of Grenada and you can find this and you can read it for yourself. It's open publicly to anybody. You can find it and you can read it. So to give the impression that what has been done is right. We saw the Prime Minister do that. And now we see the Minister of Finance doing it. And let's just say, for instance, that this legislation did not exist. Let's just say this legislation did not exist. It wasn't there. That the law didn't say that ministers and so on cannot get. On a moral level, a group of people who came in and gave themselves no less than 2 salary increases in the shortest space of time that I ever see, nearly doubling their own salary. These people who control the board of directors of the bank, these people who appoint the board of directors of the bank, inclusive of one of their own executive members, on a moral level, if they had a shred of morality, they would not have gone there and taken any money. They'd have gone to the commercial banks. Just on that alone, even if this law did not exist, they should have at least had the moral wherewithal not to go to the bank and take anything. Because how the bank go in and tell you no? How the bank go in and so the directors, one of the directors go say no, don't give minister so and so the loan. The director getting kicked out so fast they ain't know what happened to them. Because we know that we're dealing with a bunch of vindictive people in this country. So just on that level alone, where it can be perceived that from the position that you hold, that when you apply to a state body to get finances for a personal reason, on a moral level, without the law, on a moral level alone, that is wrong. But you see, the arrogance. That's what I saw a lot of this morning, you know. A lot of arrogance in relation to everything. A lot of arrogance. Humble yourself, partners. One election you win. And you ain't going to run in the next one, much less win. You ain't even going to run again. You wouldn't run. We know you ain't running. You know you ain't running, and I know you ain't running. Humble yourself. Yeah? The arrogance that you're getting on with, the dying call for. Hey, Papa? Dying call for, man. Relax yourself. All right, folks, let's open the phone lines. 440-7377-347-329-310. I know a few of you were trying to call while we were going through the bar. I didn't want to break while we were going through the clips, and so I didn't want to break and so on it. So you all can call at this point in time. Yeah? I even heard something this morning there. And let's go to the phone line, and then I'll come back to the clips. Hello, good night.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, I'm good, bro. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
All right, go right ahead.
Deacon Mitchell and company must realize the day will come when they have to give account for the people's money. Don't believe they're going to get away scot-free with like that. The day will come where they have to give account with the people's money. Each and the money that they're squandalizing and doing what they want with the people's money. That's the people's money. That's not their money. And they're doing whatever they want with it. The day will come when they have to give account for it. Because they wouldn't get away with that. Because I know for sure when the next government comes, a lot of investigation going to take place. They ain't going to get away like that. The other government that are going to come in will have to investigate all of these things that goes down with the people's money, misusing the people's money, and taking it and do whatever they want. That's not what the Grenadian people vote them for, to come in there to do that. Well, for instance, the Carriacou, the hurricane that passed in Carriacou, the insurance money. They're supposed to give the people the money to fix their roof, send inspector to go up there and see what the damage and pay the people. Let them build a house. If they want to build it back better, as they say, not what the people want a house built. The people want to build a house themselves. This and they say he wake up one morning and he come up with an idea. That's his idea. That's not the people's idea. Who said the people want that? So the insurance money that it goes, what that they get that's the people's money. So they should give the people the money to fix their house, and if they want to give a code, a building code, that how they should build the roof, how strong the roof will. Make sure that the roof, the roof have the building code that they set aside is standing with the code that they have, so that it could stand the wind or whatever, the wind of the hurricane if another one coming. That's what they have to do. Give the people the money. Let the people build their house and come out in the stress that they're in under this tarpaulin and all of this. That's what the people want. They want to build a house. All hurricanes that I know that passed, You know, I mean, the government give the people the money to fix the house themselves. That's what it's supposed to be. Let them fix the house themselves. And you send inspectors to make sure it goes according to the building code. And that's it. But they want to do what they want. I think the government think that Grenadians stupid, and and they want to take advantage of Grenadians. But the time will come when all this foolishness is going to stop. I hope. Listen, paper trail. That's what is important. All right, man.
All right, my brother. Thank you so very much. All right, thank you. Yes, indeed, and I believe we have another call. Let's go to the phone line. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night.
Hey, good night, bro. How are you doing? Yes, you're live. You're
calling for the program.
You're
right, man.
You're live. Go right ahead. You're live right now.
Well, the maths in Sheldon.
Well, maybe I'm using a wrong calculator. Try yours and see.
Well, what I can tell you is that you see that thing that Mr. Andy said, Andy passed and saw one of these houses somewhere by lands up inside, and he just came up with that idea and saying it's his. I can tell you that. I myself is a small businessman where I do construction and also draw and design, and I can tell you that it have houses in Grenada that have and design with what he's claiming. So that's not true. Yeah.
Well,
so
let's see the bottom line. We want people to get the houses, but at the same token, be honest with the Grenadian people in relation to these things.
Exactly. They're just fooling the people. And the people and them, they don't realize what is going on, but they're going to make it up later and they're going to see.
Yeah, let's see. All right, my brother.
But, and this, all right, man.
No, go
okay,
ahead.
Go
ahead. Go ahead. I thought you were done. Go ahead.
No, I was saying the same thing to that the maths maker. They can fool us for this thing. That 5 million that is put in our side. That 5 million is for them 5 big guns.
a million each. A million each.
A million each. Shut up, my goodness.
All right, bro. A million each. One of our listeners is asking a very, very pertinent question to me via WhatsApp. And they're asking, what would the role of nation builders be in the construction of those 200 homes? Yeah, and I find that to be a very, very interesting and important question. All of a sudden, we've stopped hearing about the WASH program, and we've stopped hearing about not only the WASH program, but we're not hearing about WASH, we're not hearing about nation builders and so. And remember, nation builders, I don't know how they're doing it, but nation builders is under the same MIT that is not legally constituted as a government ministry. Yet still they say nation builders is an NGO. So government is operating a non-governmental organization. The mere statement itself baffles the mind. That government is operating in an NGO. The G being government and the N standing for none. So non-governmental organization. Now remember, it is the same nation builders who before they were properly incorporated that the Deacon Mitchell cabinet approved $500,000 for. That the directors of nation builders, the same nation builders that were given $500,000 before the documents came through for them to be legally constituted, the cabinet of Grenada. So what I wanted to find out is this. If you have an NGO, so you've created a non-governmental organization, you must have your documentation from government and so on that states that you're a non-governmental organization before you can go and open your bank account that you need to open for the NGO. You must have that. Those are some of the documentation that you must have. Yeah? So government approved $500,000 for them before they even got the documentation to be able to go and open a bank account. So I want to know where that $500,000 went. Because the same nation builders you might hear sooner or later, you might realize the 5 million extra end up in nation builders. And the key people who surround nation builders are key political activists of the National Democratic Congress. So you have to keep a keen eye on that $15 million that has been given to MIT. You have to keep an eye on it. Because they're lying to you on it, which is cause for more. It's cause for a lot more concern. The mere fact that they're lying about it like that, it is even more. Oops, sorry. I left the lines blocked. Got the message. Yeah, it is even more of a concern that they have done that. Yeah, that they're trying to twist the truth in relation to these things. So, listener, very important question. What would be the role of nation builders in all of this? Is MIT going to utilize nation builders? And does nation builders have the technical capacity to be able to carry out the building of 200 houses? And understanding that those 200 houses, yeah, are slated to be built by the end of this year, by December 31st. Because the funding that has been provided under the supplementary budget is to carry government and government's work up to the 31st of December 2024, not January 2025. Up to December 31st, 2024. So the question comes here, what is taking place with the WASH program? Will the WASH program and nation builders, because remember, Masabul, Masakawi, but you have nation builders, and then under nation builders, you have the other level where they have the WASH program. Will this program be involved in the construction of the houses? Because I have serious concerns, because remember, and they know what I'm saying is the truth, and they cannot deny it. They know what I am saying is the truth, and they cannot deny it, that their cabinet approved $500,000 for nation builders before nation builders was incorporated as a company. That is a fact. And I challenge nation builders, WASH program, any of the directors to take me to court. If what I am saying is a lie, take me to court. I ain't afraid of the courthouse. Take me to court. Yeah? Anyway, folks, 440-737-7347-329-3101. I mean, come on, man. Let me see what else he was saying here. You was talking some other madness on something again. Let me hear him again.
Union's part of the suspension discussion?
I am not too sure to what extent or to the details of the consultation between the unions, but I do know that there was some level of consultations.
Now, folks, the simple question, you were speaking about the new pension arrangement, which is due to go into effect in a couple of weeks from now, from the 1st of October. The unions, we saw Mr. Brian Grimes last week, the President General of the Public Workers Union, held a press conference during which he stated to the Grenadian people that there had been little to no consultation with them in relation to this issue that directly affects literally thousands of their members. Now, the Minister of Finance, who is supposed to be one of, if not the key person driving the discussion in relation to this issue of pension and pension reform, he don't know if they meet with the union. He can't say. And use the minister. Now you understand why they have to be trying to put everything on one man. Maybe Andy's the Minister of Finance too. Yeah, well, if that happens, God have mercy on our soul. But I mean, come on. You don't know what is taking place with that?
Union's part of the suspension discussion?
I am not too sure.
You're not too sure? No. You're not. Oh, you mean you're not too? You're supposed to know. You are the minister. This is a financial matter with implications to the public purse and implications financially for the state of Grenada going forward from now into perpetuity. You're the man in charge of that, and you don't know if the unions, an important grouping to have a conversation with, because their members are the ones that are going to be placing the funds into it. Their members are the ones that are going to be affected. So you're just doing things to the workers and they don't care what they say. That is basically it. All they don't care. Yeah, Benio.
I'm not too sure to what extent or to the details of the consultation between the unions, but I do know that there was some level of consultations along the way.
All right.
Mr. Grimes was very clear in what he was saying. You also heard the president of the teachers union mentioning the lack of consultation in relation to issues inclusive of this as well. And this is the minister, you know. This is not a clerk in the ministry. This is not somebody who is a secretary in the ministry and they're just there typing letters and taking notes and different things like that. This is the policy maker within the Ministry of Finance. This individual is the person that creates our financial policy in the state of Grenada. They have the job to create and implement that. They are the Minister of Finance. And they're telling me that on a major policy decision that has been taken by his administration with significant financial implications to the state of Grenada and to workers in Grenada who will be losing more of their money. Not just with that, remember that the change in the NIS over an extended period of time, a sort of scaled thing over the years, so they will be losing a little percent here, 0.5% there and so on, that now they're going to be using another percentage of their salary, and you don't know if they're legal. Let me repeat, if they're legal, let me repeat it another time, their legal representative was spoken to in relation to the action that you're about to take. It was under the New National Party. All you know what's going on? Strike. You would hear, we are wearing red armbands. No, I'm holding them to the same standard that they were holding the New National Party too. Yeah? Because if this had happened under the New National Party and they just tried to institute that on the workers, the shop stewards would have already called out all the workers on the Ministerial complex. They'd already be downstairs the Ministerial complex tomorrow morning with placards and red armbands going to work. And then you would have sick out and day of reflection and all kind of thing you'd have start having. But because it's this administration, it's a different kettle of fish and a different way of operating and dealing with them. So allow the workers to just go through that. Speak about it and that is the end of it, isn't it? That is how we're working now. That is how things work now, isn't it? Yeah, that is how things working now. 440-7377, 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to get onto the inside of tonight's program. And I think it's one more I will play for tonight. I feel I will play one more for tonight because, and before I go to that one, let me take this call. We have a call on the line. Hello, good night. Hello, good night.
Hey, good night, Sheldon.
Something is definitely wrong with your phone line. Yeah, because I can barely hear you, so I'm positive the listeners cannot. Call me from another line. Yeah, I can barely hear you. It's like a whisper. So you definitely have to try another line. Yeah, something is wrong with that phone too, eh? Yeah, so your phone. Something is wrong with that one. But give me a call. Yeah. So I'm saying they need to just come clean with the Grenadian people and stop the obfuscation of issues. Stop trying to take these issues and just twist it and turn it and all kind of thing. No. Yeah. One question I was hoping to ask you. I was hoping to ask if you're still a CBI agent. Yeah. That's what I wanted to hear they ask you. Somebody should have been asking you, are you still a CBI agent? Yeah. Are you still a CBI agent? That is the question I wanted them to ask. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Hey, Sheldon. Sheldon.
Much better. That next one, something wrong with it. You can't hear you on it. But go ahead.
Okay. Sheldon, I have a question to ask. It's something I hear in Mr. Cornwall saying, is it that some of the houses that they're repairing them, they're putting back roofs, or is it new houses they're building with that $15 million?
Well, I'm going to play something in relation to that in a short while.
200 houses.
Mm-hmm.
Because I hear him saying some might not cost 50 million, it might be less, and some 50,000, it might be less, and some might cost 70,000. And I want to know what you're talking about. If it's new houses they're building or people houses they're just putting back on roofs also.
Mm-hmm. But that's and that should be two different programs. If you have a house repair program, that's one thing. If you're building new houses, that's another program totally.
Building new houses and a repairing program is two different things.
Mm-hmm. You're correct, yes.
And he seems to me like something, because, Sheldon, because of the brilliance of the NNP and your program and the other programs, we're causing them to come out and just speak. And it's because these people does not see the Grenadian people as people you give information to. They just come out and they quote something. Because they quote 50,000 per house. If that was a notion of a figure, then they should have come out and just tell us, this is just a notion of a figure that we put in there. But that's not the real figure. But how come now they come in to try to explain figure is right and the figure is not really that, but the figure could be this and could be that? I really find these people trying to play with the intelligence of the Grenadian people. They're really trying to play with the intelligence. Because we call out to them and we said to them, look, where is another 5? 10 is being used, but you ain't telling us nothing about another 5. Now you're trying to tell us, well, another 5 might be for this or that. But you didn't say that. You went into Parliament and make statements. Where you should be making these statements there so the Grenadian people could understand. When we start to question and they see how serious is the questioning, these guys start to tremble in their boots and they start to come out and play their hand sign. And still the finance minister is answering in a very rude way. Every time he answers, look when the guy asks a question and he answers, his answering is like he's saying to those people and them stupid. Mm-hmm. They should figure out or this should be. These guys have no respect, Sheldon. And they know what they're doing. Look what he's saying again about the bank. He's trying to tell the Grenadian people there is no rules, there is no laws there really preventing a minister or a government minister from going and take money. That is what he's saying. And that thing, and he knows it is clearly stated in the bylaws who should get and who shouldn't get. And he's still coming on GBN and a program like that and trying to fool people. These guys have no respect, Sheldon. No respect at all. And the Grenadian people, it's time for them to open their eyes. Open your eyes, people. We deal with a bunch of people that doesn't respect us. They feel anything they offer to us, we should take it. Imagine a man telling you sit down on an airport and an idea coming to his head. That's how he think about building house in Carriacou for people, you know. Where is the professionals in the Ministry of Planning and in the Ministry of Infrastructure and Housing that he have to sit down on some chair at an airport and some idea come in his head, and that is the idea he want to implement for the people of Carriacou. And he brave enough to go on a program and say that to them. Sheldon, these people don't have no respect for the intelligence of the Grenadian people. They think for the last how much years that NNP was in office, that NNP should do things whoop-whoop. It was not a whoop-whoop thing. And we know what the running of the system is all about. So when we hear them speaking in this kind of manner, these people speaking like they are the ones who have all the knowledge and they know everything. And the MIT guy is speaking like he's the one who knows everything. And when he come up with the idea is to save Grenada. But what about the professionals? That means there is no internal planning in the ministry among the professional people. A storm come, a hurricane hit Carriacou, you pull these people together and you said, let me try to come up with the best solution from the professionals. We see a man who knows nothing about building, nothing at all, coming up with ideas. I'm asking the Grenadian people, especially those Sheldon who was behind that stage, them prayer warriors, please pray for this country. Thank you, Sheldon.
Thank you so very much, my brother. Yes, indeed, folks. We still have time. We might be able to take a call or two. And I was just about to play something for you all. Yeah, I think it is this one that I wanted to play for you all.
I think that is out there. There are people who believe that the government has sufficient monies to build back a house for everybody who would have lost their house and so on. And I'm saying that is not correct. The government is going to be helping as far as possible persons who are unable to at least rebuild their buildings or their houses or homes or whatever it is and so on. And we have actually taken several initiatives to make sure that that could happen. There are those who would be required to pay for the housing, even if government or the private sector would have been involved in building it. They would have to pay for the residents. There are some persons who would not be able to build a house at all. Government would have to take care of that. There are those persons who would have had insurance on their properties and so on. They would have to claim their insurance on their property and do the rebuilding. But government, as I said, will try and make some effort to assist where possible. Yeah. Again, government does not have all the resources in the world to basically give everybody a house.
Yeah, we hear you, Papa. We hear you. We hear you. We hear you. We hear you. I wonder, where is that? No, that's not it. I wonder when people were talking about what here? No, I lost it. But let me just remind the Honorable Minister as well, because we're quickly running out of time. Let me just remind the Minister of, let me see, where is this? Where is it? I want to remind the Minister of a statement that he made at the last Parliament sitting, because when he talks about the $50,000 in that sense right now, I just want to remind him of a statement he made, not somebody else, a statement that he made at the last sitting of Parliament. And let me just get that here. Right? Yeah, so let me see, where is that? Yeah, no, come on. Yeah, we're trying to find it here. Right? And because when he's speaking about the $50,000 per house, we want to make sure, let me see, yeah, I know I'll find it. Yeah, I'll find it like this. Right, yeah. Let me see, that is it here. Nah, that's not it. I'm looking for the exact statement that the minister himself made in relation to right. Yeah. So let's see what the minister himself said in relation to the 200 houses and their construction and so. Let's hear what he said himself at the Parliament. Yeah.
A sum of $50 million is needed to support the reconstruction of approximately 200 houses on mainland Grenada that were affected by Hurricane Beryl. We are looking at $50,000 per home, which includes labor, material, and equipment.
Which includes, okay, I just want to make sure is that we hear you say it. Which what, sir? Let me just hear.
Again, the Minister of Mobilization, Implementation, and Transformation will basically give you more details at the time of his presentation. This one is also to facilitate the completion of 26 houses and the construction of 50 new ones in the parish of St. Patrick. Mr. Speaker, the Ministry of MIT was given responsibility to assist with cleanup activities in the affected areas in the immediate aftermath.
Yeah, seems as though I lost the spot it is at. Let me get it back, because we heard him speaking about 50,000 inclusive of, yeah? 15 million inclusive of. The 50,000 inclusive of. Let's just hear what he said.
Speaker, a sum of $50 million is needed to support the reconstruction of approximately 200 houses on mainland Grenada that were affected by Hurricane Beryl. we are looking at $50,000 per home, which includes labor, material, and equipment if deemed necessary.
Right, folks. Folks, that is nearly all the time that we have tonight for talking points for you. Yeah, I believe that Simon Says should be on tomorrow. And also, folks, do not forget, I don't want you all to forget at all, the activities for tomorrow. Where is it? Yeah, the activity for tomorrow. That's for those of you in St. George, Northwest. Well, St. George in general. You may be in the parish of St. George or St. John. You want to come down and head on over. So that's the zonal meeting of the new National Party that's taking place tomorrow, starting at 6:30 p.m. at the Bourgeois Community Center. And on the podium will be the political leader of the new National Party, Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, the Honorable Peter David, Mr. Dwight Hosford, and Mr. Nimrod Oliver. So that's taking place tomorrow from 6:30 p.m. at the Bourgeois Community Center, the zonal meeting of the new National Party. And then, folks, remember on Sunday, the women's arm of the new National Party, as the party celebrates 40 years as the most successful political institution in the history of the Caribbean. Yes, the NNP Women's Arm will be celebrating. All right, they are having their forum that's taking place this Sunday from 2:30 p.m. at the St. John Anglican School with a special guest out of St. Lucia. So, yeah, the ladies say they're looking forward to seeing you all there. That's going to be taking place this Sunday, God's willing, at the St. John Anglican School. So, in case you want to contact 440-1876 or 1875, and the ladies there would be able to give you information as to who you can contact in your own constituency to get on over to that activity. Folks, that is all the time we have for tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you in everything you say and do. Do it safe and secure. Want to be speaking to and with you, and definitely not about you. Yeah, but I'm going to play that one famous I going, you know, but nah. I'm going out to come in, man. Love each and every one of you.
Get ready for the onslaught. You're mad. They think they get away. I'm a real bad man. I was the first one to win independence from 3 times in a row. But they never even invite me to one of the independence show. They say me and Usman Kelly singing political songs like we have an ulterior motive to bring the government down. But I tell them, hold on, wait a while. I won't let political vampires grab my style. They could take a look at all my independence songs. I never sing politics, or write some sweet lyrics. So I don't know where they get this stinking idea from. Hey, somebody tell my Kenny gang a mistake they make to rap with young song. I'm in tongue real long, I know what is going on. They could leave me out from semi-final. That will never stop me at all. I'm in tongue real long, I know what is going on. They had their thing well planned to give the shanty man. So they leave out them bad man. They know they go take the ground. Up the Paris sets. So they make a big man wet. They say that we ain't good. We can need that yellow food. Hey! Wow to them. They too disrespectful. What they label it, man. I'm a real bad man. It's all the show of failure that living down by me. Well, one day he disrespect me because I asked him for my money. Then he went up in the ministry when he was in charge of culture. And he gave them strict instruction, don't give me no for Carriacou.